Friendly frogs, it's Miss Marie again with another story. This story is called If You Find a Rock. This story is written by Peggy Christian, and these are actual pictures. So the photographer is Barbara Hirsch Lamber. And I kind of like these books. These are kind of a little selection of my favorite books because they're very calming. And I enjoy books that are just kind of calming. It helps me, I relax my mind. And so, again, If You Find a Rock. Peggy Christian is the author. Take my shoes off. This was written for Jesse and Dean, third generation rock bounds, and my best inspiration. And this is also to my husband Steve and the wonderful children I photographed for this book. Asta, Brett, Joseph, and Nina. If you find a rock, a nice, flat, rounded rock that sits just right in the crook of your fingers, then you have found a skipping rock. You toss it out in the water just so, and see it trip across the surface, making a chain of spreading rings. Maybe you find a soft white rock, a rock that feels dusty in your fingers. Then you have a chalk rock. You use it to make pictures on the pavement. A chalk rock. Or you might find a big mossy rock by the side of a long steep trail. Then you have found a resting rock. And as you sit down, you feel the cool moss squish beneath you. There's a lot of those in the parks here in Austin. Mossy rock. Then again, you might find a rock with a stripe running all the way around it. Trace the line with your finger. It must circle all the way. Then you have a wishing rock. And you whisper what you want before you throw it. I wish this virus would go away soon. And you toss it. At least that's my wish. If you find a rock, a big rock, by the edge of the water, then you have found a splashing rock. When it hits the surface of the water, the water jumps out of the way, raining back down on you, outstretched hands. The bigger the rock, the wetter you get. Splash. I've done that. Maybe you find a pile of small rounded pebbles. Then you have found sifting rocks. And you can scoop up a handful and let them slide slowly through your fingers. Trickle, 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 trickle. Sifting rocks. Or you might find a rock whose water-smoothed surface catches your eye. If it feels easy in your hand when you rub it, then you have found a worry rock. You rub it between your fingers and your troubles are smoothed away. A worry rock. Your troubles are smoothed away. Then again, you might find a rock sitting in a grassy field. Push it over. You have found a hiding rock. And in the cool, dark underside live all kinds of things that creep and crawl and hide out of sight. Hiding rock. A home for little creepy crawlers. If you find a rock, a great rock, that towers over you, then you have found a climbing rock. Hold on with your toes and fingers. Grip hard as you stretch up and pull until you reach the top, where you feel much grander than you did on the ground. Wow, I'm up high. Climbing rock. Maybe you will find a twisting line of rocks sticking up and out of a creek. Then you have found crossing rocks, which wait to meet your feet as you pass over, the water rushing away all around you. Make sure you don't slip and fall in. Splash! No, I'm kidding. Where they have crossing rocks. Or you might find a rock with a print of something else, of a leaf or a shell. Then you have found a fossil rock, and you feel the shape of something that lived long ago when the rock was just young. Fossil. Fossil rock. Then again, you could find a small rounded rock right in front of your toe as you go down the sidewalk. You have found a walking rock, and you kick it ahead of you and let it lead you home. Kick, kick. If you find a rock that's not a skipping rock, or a chalk rock, or a resting rock, or a wishing rock, that's not a splashing rock, or a sifting rock, or a worry rock, or a hiding rock, that's not even a climbing rock, or a crossing rock, or a fossil rock, or a walking rock, but you like it anyway because it reminds you of a place, or a feeling, or someone important that you have found, then you have found a memory rock. And sometimes those are the best rocks of all. A memory rock. It's pretty. Kind of looks like a quartz. I found a rock. The end.